I was really nervous to be stepping on the court for the first time as a first year in college, just out of high school. It was scary, but I was also confident in the sport that I'd played my whole life. And I really had a willingness to prove myself, not only to my team and the school, but to the league, the OCAA. My name is Cudmore. My program is Animation and Game Development. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm on the Lancers women's volleyball team. I am the only non-conforming athlete on the Lancers women's volleyball team. I've been playing volleyball like my whole life. It's always been around me. When I was 11, I started playing competitively for the Mavs back in Ottawa, and that was all the way up until 18U. So my grandfather actually drew me to Loyalist. He introduced me to the animation game development course here. From there, I contacted Ryan and asked to come out to a practice, and then just fell in love with the team and the school. All of my professors have been super awesome with helping me manage my coursework. We don't get many athletes in our program, so I think they were very excited. Originally, I was thinking about just not playing last year and being able to just be myself and be able to start transitioning towards being less womanly. And Ryan helped me find a way to do that, and it made me feel really supported and comfort knowing that the team I was going to play for next year was going to be in a very welcoming environment. Between choosing whether I was going to play on the women's team or a men's team, I really just weighed the pros and cons. Playing for a women's team would be more in my comfort level as that's the sex I was born, right? So that's where I'd been playing my whole life. And playing on the men's team, it would be a totally new field, and it would require me to go on medication and make a lot of changes that I wouldn't be able to take back or whatever. There also wasn't a lot of support towards me playing for the men's team, so ultimately I decided to stay in my comfort zone and play for a women's team. Unfortunately, it was a very scary choice. It's scary going into the situation where you don't know what the outcome's going to be, and especially I didn't know how, not only I didn't know how my teammates were going to react, but I didn't know how players on other teams were going to react, how they were going to feel about me as someone who's not gender conforming playing for a women's team. Last year's volleyball season was crazy. I didn't really know what to expect from the OCAA. I didn't really know what our competition was going to be like. I didn't know how we were going to be as a team, because how you play in practice and how you play in games is always different. After our first couple games, I kind of got this feeling that we knew what we were doing and we were all really good athletes and that we had a chance to be one of the top teams. But at the end, we did end up pushing it out and coming third, and I was really proud of all of us. We'd also kind of made history because the Loyalist women's volleyball team had never won a medal before.
My name is Josh Roberts. I'm the coordinator of fitness and recreation and also the women's volleyball head coach. I think the best thing about Charlie is their want and their desire to continue to improve. So I'm going to just keep creating really positive and constructive environments for Charlie to keep climbing that ladder. As a Rookie of the Year last year, Charlie was very impressive, and I think they've got even a lot more to offer than that. I could talk for hours and hours about Charlie, both as a person and as a player, but I think the one word that would sum them up in total is passion, and that is something that they bring to every practice, every training session, every game, and they're an athlete that I'm very lucky to coach.
Last year I got Rookie of the Year, and I had teammates that were reaching out to me being like, "Hey Charlie, great job getting this," and my parents were just like, "Oh my god, you got this award, this is crazy," and I was just like, what? So yeah, that was totally wild and out of the blue. Finding out felt good. I was super proud of all the work I'd put in this season and how much work all my teammates have put in this season just to help me achieve this award. I very much feel a lot of pressure to surpass last year's performance, not only athletically, but also academically. I put a lot of work into last year, into my grades and my skills on the court, and I may have set the bar crazy high, and I am very nervous that I'm not going to be able to hold myself to the same standard. So to build on last year's achievements to get ready for the season, we're definitely practicing a lot and that we're all confident with how to communicate with each other on serve receive or when we're hitting. To similar athletes who are facing similar situations, I would tell them to be themselves and don't feel forced to conform to anybody's standard of you. If you don't feel comfortable with what you're wearing, tell the athletic staff. That's what they're there for. I wear different shorts. I make sure that was the first thing I went to when I found out about jerseys and who to go to was I'm not wearing the spandex, I'm wearing different shorts because that's what I'm comfortable in. There's a certain level of comfortability that you need and you should never have to feel uncomfortable on the court. I love volleyball. I always will love volleyball. And if I can help other people learn to love volleyball or to help other people who have stopped loving volleyball to love it again, or to inspire new people to love volleyball, that will always be a goal of mine. It's just such a great sport.